Although all the words of truth in the Bible are gracious, there is one thing that our Heavenly Mother always emphasizes, which can be found in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 13. She said the gospel can move toward its completion when it is done with love. Regarding this matter, let us read the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 1. If I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. Tongues of angels, all kinds of human languages. Are any of us able to do that? Even though a person may be multilingual, being fluent in English, Spanish, and even French, if he doesn't have love, he will sound like nothing more than a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. Verse 2 says, if I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have a faith that can move mountains, is there anyone here who has such a faith that can move mountains? A person who has faith that can move mountains is one of great faith, aren't they? But regardless of such a faith, if they have not love, what are they? They are nothing. Even that great faith becomes meaningless. This is a very essential matter for us to understand. Let us read verse 3. If I give all I possess to the poor and surrender my body to the flames, but have not love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails, but where there are prophecies, they will cease. Isn't it true that prophecies no longer have their meaning when we go to heaven? There is a day when prophecies will cease, and when languages on the earth will no longer be needed. All the wisdom that we have piled up on this earth will be meaningless on a day when we go to heaven. But what did God say about love? It will never cease. In verse 13 it says, and now these three remain, faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is, what is the greatest? Love. We need faith and hope in our life of faith, and also need love. However, it says the greatest among these three is love. We tend to easily say, let us do the gospel like this, or let us go to this area today and preach like this. Yet, we must keep in mind that the Bible continuously teaches us that we must preach to each and every person with a mindset full of love. Let us move on and read from the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 12. Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion. And what should we clothe ourselves with next? Kindness. And then, humility. And also, gentleness. And what else? And patience. It says we must clothe ourselves with these. It says that we must have compassion. We must also have kindness. We must have humility. We must have gentleness as well. And we must have patience. Verse 13 says, bear with each other and forgive whatever grievances you may have against one another. Forgive as the Lord forgave you. And over all these virtues, put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity. Brothers and sisters, we must do the gospel with the same heart as our mothers. Even if a person has a faith that can move mountains, without love, it will all amount to nothing. We must have love. That is why it says here, clothe yourselves with kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other and forgive whatever grievances you may have against one another. Forgive as the Lord forgave you. And over all these virtues, put on love. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 11 says, But you, man of God, flee from all this. And what should we do? And pursue righteousness, godliness, faith, love, endurance, and gentleness. Here, to pursue means to practice and follow those good qualities, doesn't it? God didn't command this matter to just anyone, but only to the people of God. It says, But you, man of God, flee from all this and pursue righteousness, godliness, faith, love, endurance, and gentleness. Fight the good fight of the faith. Take hold of the eternal life to which you were called when you made your good confession in the presence of many witnesses. Here, God asked us, once again, to have a mind to endure, a mind full of love, a mind to be gentle, and a mind focused on godliness. Let us continue with the book of Titus, chapter 3. Titus chapter 3, verse 1. Remind the people to be subject to rulers and authorities, to be obedient, to be ready to do whatever is good, to slander no one, to be peaceable and considerate, and to show true humility toward all men. Here, we can see again that everything should be done with gentleness and love. Some might think, since we believe in God, isn't keeping the Sabbath and the Passover enough? Do we really need to change our character as well? The Bible teaches us that this is what we must do. I hope that we can all become the children of heaven who realize the commands that God has given us so that we can put them into practice. Thank you very much. God bless you.